I appreciate you joining me today. Hope you're having a good day. We're going to be looking at when Isaac and Rebekah meet today. Our hymn is called Trust Your Hand into His.
Oh, so you know the present and the past, all that you have been through, yet lies before you future deep and vast. God only knows what it will hold for you. Trust your hand into His, give your all unto Him. Let Him lead you all the way. Trust your hand into His.
Let's look at our other verses. Maybe some joy or sorrow round the bend lies there to wrap your soul, or just a chance, a helping hand to lend some weary wanderer to find the goal. Oh, will you trust your future unto Him who led the men of old, to lead you too through valleys that are dim, and tread each step as He to you'll unfold? Then when at last you're led up the last climb and break all earthly ties, and God Himself will welcome you sublime forevermore beneath celestial skies, trust your hand into His. Give your all unto Him. Let Him lead you all the way. Trust your hand into His. We're looking in Genesis chapter 24 today. Yesterday we were looking at when Abraham sent his servant to look for a bride for his son Isaac, and he comes to the place, he prays for success, and the Lord gives success as Rebeccah comes out, and you have that lovely figure of her working hard and giving drink to the camels and such things as that. And then of course the servant is there with the bracelets and such things as those. Then we're introduced to Laban, and the news is reported, and Rebeccah agrees to go back with the servant to be Isaac's wife. That brings us now to Genesis 24. As they are returning, they get near the place. Isaac had gone out to meditate in the field in the evening, and he lifted his eyes and looked, and there the camels were coming. Then Rebeccah lifted her eyes, and when she saw Isaac, she dismounted from her camel. For she had said to the servant, "Who is this man walking in the field to meet us?" The servant said, "It is my master." So she took a veil and covered herself, and the servant told Isaac all the things that he had done. Then Isaac brought her into his mother Sarah's tent, and he took Rebeccah, and she became his wife. And he loved her. So Isaac was comforted after his mother's death. Sarah had died, I believe, in the previous chapter. Okay. I was just thinking about trusting the Lord. And here Rebeccah is, and it really is an amazing account when you think about it. And I suppose in olden days or in other countries where there are arranged marriages, it perhaps happens more often than we might think about. But it's an amazing thing that Rebeccah said, I will be his wife. She'd never met the man. She had never met Isaac. But she was trusting. She was trusting in the Lord. And it was spoken about in that discussion between the servant and Laban that it was from the Lord. And so Rebeccah was trusting the Lord in this marriage. And I think that's what we need to do when we marry. Yesterday we spoke about we better marry well, and we better marry well. We better understand what matters and what matters more and what matters less. But at the same time, it takes faith and trust to make a vow and to keep it and to say, I will love you, I will be with you, I will honor you, and we will be one flesh for the rest of our lives. Life was changing for Rebeccah. Life was changing in marriage, and she trusted in the Lord. And we'll talk more about the Lord here in just a second. But also, life was changing location. I don't think Rebeccah had ever been to this place before. And so all of a sudden, she and her maidservant, they're coming along. This is a whole new place. She's quite the sojourner now, isn't she? She's coming to a new place. And Abraham and Isaac, Jacob's not born yet, they live in tents. They were wealthy, but they live in tents. But this is a new place. You know, as we go through life, I'm not sure if I would say I envy someone, but you know, some people, they never move. They never move, and I guess that's fine, you know. But some people, they just stay in that place. They were born there, they were raised there, they live there, and they die there, and they never move until they die. And sometimes when somebody's in one place their whole lives, they forget that this world is not our home, and that we're called to be sojourners and pilgrims. And sometimes when you have to move periodically in your life, sometimes that lesson gets instilled in you. It's like, this isn't my home. We're just passing through. It's a house, it's a tent, thankful for it. But as Rebeccah comes to this place, this is a new location. But she was trusting in the Lord as she literally is pulling up stakes. She's trusting in the Lord. The third point I wanted to make is that this was also, it was new for her when it came to religion. What I mean by that is, you remember, we're introduced to Laban in this chapter. But you remember later on with Rachel and Leah, do you remember what they steal away with? What they bring with them? Household idols. Remember, Abraham was told to come out of this place that Rebeccah was coming from. Abraham was told, come out from your country, come out from your family. I believe it's at the end of Joshua's life. It talks about Abraham's father and those individuals over there, they were practicing idolatry. And so as Rebeccah comes to Isaac, it is a new husband who she's never met. She's never met him. It's a new location where she's never been, and it may very well have been, likely was, a new religion, if you will. You're going to worship the Lord thy God. You're not going to worship those idols. Might consider it. She trusted in the Lord. It was from the Lord. And she was trusting in the Lord. And so you might think about wherever we go in life and whoever we go with, we better make sure we are trusting our hand into the Lord's hand. Appreciate you. Hope you have a good day. Join us tomorrow for another portion of our daily praise.